What's up guys, welcome back to Pat Outdoors. Today we're going to be taking out the ETM RTR, testing it out on some off-road trails, meeting up with my buddy Pat and Rob, who are both going to be on some 250 dirt bikes. I didn't tell them that I was going to be on the pit bike, but we'll see if it keeps up. But before we take this thing out, let's throw on a couple upgrades and make a few changes. I just think this is such a good looking bike. And I think it looks even better without all the graphics. Let me know what you guys think. Now this part I'm actually super excited for. I just got a custom seat cover made by BoltsAndVolts. It's like a gripper style. I asked for white stripes. It's got the BoltsAndVolts logo on the back, Pat Outdoors logo on the front. Super excited to see how this is gonna look on the bike. Before we can throw that on, you gotta take this front cover off, which is just 3 10mm nuts. I'm actually just gonna leave the original cover on. See how it fits with both covers on. But what's special about these covers are they're so specific to the bike. This is not just installing a universal one you get from Amazon or eBay. This is bike specific. So as you notice, it fits like a glove without any sort of trimming. I'm just gonna be using some T50 staples on the bottom side. Unfortunately, I don't have an air stapler, but this has actually worked out fine for my previous dirt bikes. I'm using the most shallow one, 6mm. You don't want it to be poking through the foam. I only have 6 staples in so far, and you can already see how well it fits. And all the edges are all pre-trimmed between the tabs. This is as close as you can get to custom tailored fit for an RTR. Wow, everything lines up so well, even the holes that were pre-drilled for the studs on the bottom side of the seat. And that is the definition of fitting like a glove. And please keep in mind, guys, I am not a professional by any means. This is probably my 4th seat cover that I've ever installed, but this is definitely the best looking end result so far. Took maybe 10 minutes to install. Shout out to BoltsAndVolts for making such a quality product. I'm definitely gonna have to get one of these seat covers for all of my bikes. Also, if you're interested in getting yourself an ETM RTR, you can get yourself $150 off by using discount code PATOutdoors5. So I haven't ridden this bike as much as my others, simply because I've been riding after work at night, and as you can see, it doesn't have a headlight, so we're gonna throw one on today. But before we can mount the headlight, I gotta make some space for it. I'm actually gonna relocate the speedometer on the backside over here. I'm gonna see if we can flip this bracket the other way, make more space up front. I'm actually super excited for next weekend. I'm flying down to Orlando to go to Electrify Expo. I'm excited to see if there's any exciting new bikes on the market. Oops. Here's a closer look at the digital display mounted on the backside. The bracket actually fits perfectly both ways. I'm gonna leave the upper brace off for now while we install the headlight. Actually, you know what? I might just leave it off for now since it's only 2 bolts and it'll create a lot of room for the headlight brackets. It is super bright. And the install actually turned out really clean. Here's a closer look at how I have the brackets oriented. And since this is a rechargeable wireless LED one, there's no additional wiring involved. So it doesn't draw from the original battery, and I wouldn't have to install a voltage step-down converter. And on top of all that, I think I got this headlight for less than 40 bucks. If you're interested in checking out any of the parts that we used for this project, I'll have everything linked in the description below. So what's crazy is when I first got this bike, it had about a 1/4 inch of chain slack, and now it's got over an inch. And I only have 8 miles on the odometer, so that's how much the stock chain stretched. So I'm gonna be installing this high performance 35 chain by Electro, and hopefully it's gonna be a lot more durable than this. Check out that new chain. It's gold. And it's clearly a lot heavier duty than the stock chain. So they actually sent the chain with the proper amount of links on it already, so we don't even need to shorten it. Though I do have to push the axle blocks forward just a little bit, just so we can get the master link in place. Now that the chain is installed, we're gonna set the axle blocks back again. Just make sure when you're doing this that you adjust it evenly on both sides to make sure that your rear wheel is tracking straight. Having the motor mounted in the swing arm makes it okay to have a tighter chain tension. Electro & Co.'s factory spec is actually 1 to 10 millimeters of slack. Since we are planning on riding this bike off-road, we should go ahead and dial in the suspension. The fork has adjustable rebound and compression, while the rear shock has adjustable preload and rebound. I've already adjusted the rear suspension, so the rear shock compresses about 25–30% when I'm sitting on the bike, but I did not touch any of the clickers. And when I first took this bike out last week, it did feel a little bit unforgiving. The rebound setting was actually all the way out on both sides, so we might as well just check everything and just make sure that it's within factory recommendations. I'm gonna start by bottoming out all the adjustments. Once you hit the bottom, I'm gonna go back 12 clicks. I'm gonna try it again on this side. I'm gonna go all the way in. Once you're bottoming out, I'm gonna go back 12 clicks. Compression adjustments at the bottom of the fork. This actually seems like it's all the way in already. I'm gonna go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 clicks. And I found the same thing on the other side. It was actually all the way in already. I'm gonna go back 10 clicks. And then rebound adjustment for the shock is actually a lot easier. You just go all the way down and then you back up 8 clicks. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more forgiving, so it should definitely ride a lot smoother on the trails. I wish I had checked those settings earlier, but at least we have it adjusted now before we head it out. So that's what Rob is riding today. It's a 2025 Honda CRF 250 RX. I'm actually thinking about getting myself one of those as well if I don't end up with an Ultra B. It's so cute.
Oh, this is very cute.
Yeah, first thing I notice is it sounds a little different. Slightly higher pitch note to it. So did you put any miles on this bike yet at all?
No.
All right, well, we're breaking it in today. ETM RTR is such a beast. This thing has so much power. I can get under it. And dropping the tire pressure down to 15 psi front, 12 rear definitely made a huge difference in traction. Just the rocky stuff like this that's making me think of getting the bigger 17 front 14-inch wheel set for this bike. But overall, it seems to be handling it just fine. You look more comfortable on that bike than you do with your bike.
Yeah, you were,
Dude, it's so soft.
yeah, it's a cheat code, man. You can do whatever you want. I love the.
What loop do you want to do?
Though.
Can you follow me?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
You're kicking so much rock into my helmet. No, because I can tell when he's getting excited. Because I hear a lot of, like, I'm like, oh, okay, he's excited. I have to put it in sport mode. All right. Bro, that was so much fun. That
You're crazy. You were riding right on the edge.
want to get yourself $150 off the ETM RTR, you can use discount code PATOutdoors5 on Electro & Co.'s website. You can actually use that code to get 5% off most of their items. We've milked the battery down to 14% charge under load, so we're probably going to have to cut today's ride short. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you like this kind of content, want to keep up with some of my projects, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn your bell notification on. But this is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching.